for one reason or the other. But let me make one or two remarks about some of those challenges. When we were in office, Boko Haram erupted first of all in Yobe, not in Borno State. And as I said elsewhere, the president invited me. He said, VP, what do we do? I said, Mr. President, let's invite the service chiefs, give them a deadline. They either put it down or they resign and go. And we called them, and the president addressed them.
I said we can make more money from oil, from farm, agriculture, than we make from oil. And I'm starting to prove in everything. This entire country produces less than 6 million tons of rice. That is less than 10% of what Bangladesh produces. Bangladesh is a country that lives on 148,600 square kilometers of land. That is the size of 2 northern states.
And believe me, within few weeks or months, they put it down. By the time we left, it was down. It was completely stamped out. But after we left, it resurfaced. Again, I read in a United Nations report that Nigeria was terribly underpoliced. I went to him and said, Mr. President, I read a United Nations report and Nigeria is terribly underpoliced. He said, what do we do? I said, well, we have many police colleges that have been closed across the states. We should reopen them and hire as many policemen as possible. And we did that. And then it came to the issue of procurement of the equipment for the police, from arms and ammunition and so on and so forth. I said, Mr. President, let's call the police. Let them tell us where do they procure these items, which countries. And the police gave us the countries. I said, let's call the ambassadors of those countries and deal directly with them. Let them produce those equipment we need within a record time, which they did. We didn't go through contract system because contract procedure was cumbersome. This was how we left. We still have a deficit. Today, we have 340,000 policemen in a population of 240 million. Tell me how they can police you effectively. In my local government, we don't have more than 15 policemen. We don't have more than 15. And most local governments are like that. Egypt, with almost 100 million population, has police alone, not armed forces, police alone, 1 million police people on the streets. How can we have peace? These are some of the challenges that we have to face squarely. If we don't face those challenges squarely, and let's come also to the issue of education. Yes, the North has been backward in education for quite some time. I went to the president, I said, look, I wanted to set up an educational panel, particularly focusing on northern states. And we set up a panel under Professor Adamu Paiki over there, a renowned international economist. And he came out with a blueprint, which I invited all the governors from the northern states in Kaduna and handed over those blueprints for implementation. Not only that, we passed UPE, Universal Basic Education, compulsory, and we made education compulsory for every Nigerian child from primary up to secondary school, compulsory free. We impose education tax. We collect this tax, we pass this tax to the states. I nearly shed my tears when I last visited President Muhammad Buhari in Daura. I landed at Kazina Airport. From Kazina Airport up to Daura, hordes of Almajiris, 20, 50, 30. This is the home of the foremost Kazina College, where all our First Republic leaders went to. Today is the home of Almajiris, in 20s, in 30s, in 40s, till I went to Daura. And from Daura till I came back to the airport, the same. Ladies and gentlemen, these are very serious issues. These issues not only about ourselves, but about our children and grandchildren. It is about our children and grandchildren. Like I used to tell my children, I said, look, I have lived my life. Thank God. But it is about you and about their kids. We better face these challenges seriously, patriotically, not a question of self-enrichment. No.